Akash's wife finally reveals why he hates Andrew Schulz with a passion. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. One of the biggest mysteries in comedy right now is what really happened between Akaash Singh and Andrew Schulz. These two weren't just podcast co-hosts, they were close friends for years. They built Flagrant together, toured together, and became one of the most recognizable duos in comedy. So when Akaash suddenly disappeared from the show, fans immediately knew something wasn't right. There was no emotional farewell, no long explanation. He was simply gone. Ever since then, people have been trying to figure out what caused such a dramatic fallout. Recently, however, comments made by Akash's wife have reignited the conversation. Many fans now believe those comments explain why the friendship between Akaash and Andrew completely fell apart. Now, before we get into everything, it's important to remember that much of this story comes from public interviews, podcasts, social media posts, and fan reactions. Unless the people involved decide to tell the full story themselves, some details remain unconfirmed. With that said, let's break down everything that's happened. For years, Andrew Schulz and Akaash Singh looked like one of the strongest partnerships in comedy. Their chemistry felt natural because they had built a real friendship long before Flagrant became one of YouTube's biggest podcasts. As the show exploded in popularity, so did their careers. Fans watched them travel the world, interview huge guests, and sell out comedy shows together. It seemed like nothing could come between them. But everything started changing after clips involving Akash's wife began spreading across social media. Those clips quickly went viral. People across YouTube, TikTok, and X began debating what was said and whether certain comments were being taken out of context. Before long, reaction channels and podcasts were discussing the situation nonstop. Since the controversy had become such a massive online topic, the Flagrant crew eventually addressed it during one of their episodes. Some fans felt they were simply commenting on a story everyone was already talking about. Others believed close friends should never discuss each other's personal lives on such a public platform. That moment became a major turning point. Almost immediately afterward, fans noticed something had changed between Andrew and Akaash, and the speculation only continued to grow. Not long after that episode aired, fans began noticing things that only fueled the rumors. Akaash stopped appearing on Flagrant, and there was never a clear public explanation for why. The silence only made people more curious. Then social media users started pointing out something else. Akaash had reportedly unfollowed Andrew Schulz and several other people connected to the podcast. That move instantly sparked new speculation. Was this just a business split, or had a years-long friendship completely fallen apart? Around the same time, Akash's wife continued interacting with fans online. When someone asked if Akaash and Andrew were still friends, her response was interpreted by many as confirming that they were no longer close. While she didn't tell the entire story, her comments were enough to send the internet into another wave of debate. Supporters of Akaash argued that he was standing by his wife during a difficult time, which is something many people would respect. Others felt that the situation had been blown out of proportion and questioned whether ending long-time friendships over a public controversy was the right decision. Regardless of which side people took, one thing became impossible to ignore. The relationship between Andrew and Akaash no longer looked the same, and fans wanted to know what had really happened behind the scenes. At the end of the day, only Andrew Schulz, Akaash Singh, and the people closest to them truly know everything that happened behind closed doors. The internet can analyze interviews, social media posts, and podcast clips all day long, but unless both sides decide to tell the full story, there will always be unanswered questions. What makes this situation so interesting is that fans watched these two build something special together. That's why so many people were surprised when everything appeared to change so quickly. Whether this was caused by personal disagreements, loyalty to family, or simply different paths in life, it's clear that one of comedy's most recognizable partnerships isn't what it used to be. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Andrew Schulz handled the situation the right way? Do you think Akaash was justified in stepping away? Or do you believe there are details the public still doesn't know? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another upload. We cover the biggest stories in entertainment, comedy, hip-hop, and internet culture, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.